Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody? Welcome to Wednesday night, one of my favorite nights of the week. Why, you may ask? Well, that's pretty simple. Nightmares Ride, okay? Tonight is going to be a little different, Miss Miriam.
Oh.
I want to thank Miss Miriam for being here. Last week, if you remember, let me back up. The week before last, the admins got to pick the topic. They chose saddles and sissy bars. That was a good one. So we did a show last week, saddles and sissy bars. Okay. But during the show, I said that the viewers would get to pick this week's topic.
Yes.
Well, we had some great topics. We really did. Some of them wanted to know about welding, which I had already said we're not going to do a welding episode. No, that's not going to do it. One of them wanted to know about some body work, which I said we will get to that and do that. Some of them wanted to know more about tires. Some of them had some great questions on motor oils, stuff like that. But then as I got to going through a lot of the messages and everything, there seemed to be more questions about different things than there was, so to speak, about show topic ideas.
Yeah.
So yeah, one topic never really jumped out there.
Yep.
So I got to thinking. I did say that the viewers would get to choose this week's topic. Well, they did. They just didn't know it. This week's show was okay. You asked for it, and basically, let's answer questions that the viewers have sent us. I did not know this just before the show went on the air. You also have some questions from the viewers. Directed towards me, maybe the admins, I don't know. You told me you didn't want me to know the questions.
Right.
So if you have sent questions in or whatever to Miss Miriam or to the show or whatever, let me know. And I don't know why I'm doing it again for some reason. Y'all bear with me while I play with this thing.
He tells me that all the time.
What, bear with me? Yeah, I don't play with you. You don't play nice. Well, there it is. I don't know why I've seen last week's show. Well, there it is. I see Amanda in there, Knucklehead, or Knothead. Ratman's in there. Tink's in there. Miss Faith's in there. Vincent Barker. All that kind of good stuff. But anyway, so tonight's show is called Okay, You Asked For It. So we're going to answer questions sent in by the viewers.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But a couple of things I need to do first. First of all, thanks for joining Nightmares Ride, spending your Wednesday night with us. And like we've said many times, we're not going to talk about this virus going around, or we're not going to talk politics, we're not talk religion. And it's not being mean. It's just a good way of starting an argument. And me and all of the admins and moderators have decided we just don't want to do that.
Right.
And we also decided everybody gets enough information from everywhere, okay? And everybody's realized it's really hard right now to siphon through what is the truth and what's not the truth. So we've chosen here on Nightmares Ride not to do that, not to bring any news. Let's keep it lighthearted. Let's keep it about motorcycles, bike rallies, things in the bike world, race cars have become involved, stuff like that. So I want to welcome you, and let's have fun with this, okay?
Sounds good.
Right off the bat, I need to talk about one of our sponsors before it gets too late, and that's OSI. Go to OSI247.com. That's their website. They take care of a lot of things, and I go over to their office usually once a week, and they show me the latest in technology stuff that they've got doing, or new programs they've got up and doing. And here's just a small list of some of the things that they take care of: infidelity, skip tracing, GPS tracking, child custody, personal injury, missing persons, insurance fraud, criminal defense, video surveillance, civil investigations, nanny surveillance, background checks, executive protection. I'll tell you one reason these boys, I'm sorry, they're going to beat me up for that, these men can stand up and offer executive protection is their military training. Some severe and some very serious military training and what they do as well as self-defense, as well as how to fend off an intruder.
Yeah.
So they're very well trained in that. So executive protection is not going to be an issue for those people. Divorce investigations, criminal records check, cheating spouse surveillance, covert surveillance operations, witness interviews and statements. Okay, if you're ever involved in an accident or a lawsuit of any type, and you don't think some of the witnesses are being truthful, they can intimidate people. They can and will go investigate this for you, meet with the witnesses, and try to get to the bottom of the truth for you, and turn all their paperwork over to your attorney, so you got a level playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they also do bug sweeping to identify the presence of surveillance technology. Okay, so if you need them, OSI247.com, 10% military discount. You can find them online. Okay, I had the number wrote down here somewhere. And of course, you know me, I'm always losing it. Let me see, there it is, 336-365-9009. Their number's 336-365-9009. That's OSI, Office of Special Investigations, is what OSI stands for. OSI247.com. You need some help in any manner, any way, please get a hold of them. There's Todd and Sandy. It's good to see them in there. I hadn't seen them in about a week, and it's good. Hello, Nightmare.
Hello,
Oh, you got a
Nightmare?
break, huh?
I'm sorry.
From training at my job, so watching your show live. And I hope they caught the show where I congratulated them on their anniversary. Todd broke down that tightwad and took Cindy to, I believe it was an Italian restaurant or a French restaurant or something like that. He even paid the bill.
Wow.
Paid the whole bill from what I understand.
Wow.
Did not even ask her to go Dutch or anything like that. So, you know, I can tell by Todd's accent he's a very romantic person.
Yes.
No, Todd, I'm playing with you, buddy. Congratulations to you and Cindy. And while it's on mine, our thoughts go out to somebody, okay? She's had surgery and doing okay. That's where my mother come from, okay? Andy and Stacy. So our thoughts go out to Stacy. Chuck Stotts. I went to school with Chuck Stotts, but since this one never got a hold of me, I can only assume it's not the same one. Chuck, if you didn't go to school in West Virginia, then me and you didn't go to school together. Okay, I graduated in class of 75. He'd have been 74, 76, 75 through there, somewhere.
Okay.
But I did go to school with a gentleman named Chuck Stotts. Yeah. How cool would that be?
That would be
Big
very
super.
cool. Yeah.
But OSI247.com. All right. Got a big run coming on this weekend.
Oh,
Guardians of the Children.
that's right.
This weekend, this Saturday,
Yeah.
coming out of the dog pound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Raising money for abused children. And it's a yearly fundraiser. So to all Nightmares viewers, and I've been thinking about this, and I did not have a chance to check with Guardians of the Children, but I'm going to throw this out there. I think I'll be okay with it. If you live around the Ripley, West Virginia area, which is up around Parkersburg, it's between Parkersburg and Charleston, Parkersburg, Ohio, Charleston, West Virginia, right there on I-77. You live in that area, right over to the dog pound. Kickstands up around 10. They're going on 100-mile rides. It's going to be a ton of fun. Raffle tickets, 50-50, all kind of stuff, okay? You go over there and help them out while they help the children out, okay? Listen, the Bible will tell you, it takes a village to raise a child, okay? It doesn't matter if where you live.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out there and help. We've had some of our viewers from down in South Texas send stuff. That was Sean Smith. Send stuff up to them. We send stuff.
Yeah.
When Nightmares Angels via Nightmares Ride sent it to them, and Nightmares Ride's giving them free advertising for their event. And we had Eddie Butler, him and Lauren, sent a bunch of T-shirts and stuff for them to give away. So we really, really want to thank our viewers for reaching out and helping Guardians of the Children. But here's what I was going to say. Maybe you don't own a motorcycle. Maybe yours is tore up. Maybe it's down. You know, maybe you're getting some work done to it. Whatever the case may be. Drive over. Drive over. Join in the 50-50. Join in the raffle tickets. Be there at the dog pound. Participate in whatever they got going on, because your money goes to a good cause.
You don't have to ride to have fun and
That's what I was gonna say.
participate.
Yeah. So if you live, you know, an hour or so drive away, oh,
Mhm.
Todd did say he did pick the bill up.
I heard that.
We're happy for you, Todd. You're the man. You're the man. Todd sends out of Colorado. But anyway, it's good to see them in there. Good people, really good people. But we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Next week, you may want to tune in. Well, no, you may not want to tune in. You do want to tune in. We're going to have a gentleman named Mike Kurkowski. He told me how to pronounce his last name to get it right. Mike Kurkowski will be calling in. He's supposed to be in the feed here in a little bit. Hello, Stephen. He owns a ex-Pro Cup or an ex-Hooters Pro Cup car, and they're going to be racing up at Franklin, Virginia, September the 6th. Got a big race up there. And he's going to be calling in next week and talking about that a little bit, talking about his car. Mike's pretty well known in the racing circles. He used to race, I'm pretty sure it was the Hooters Cup. He raced ASA. And this is big time racing. This is every week on the roads, funding teams, and this, that, and the other. So, yeah, if you're up around the Franklin, Virginia area, September the 6th, check that out. Okay? We want you to check it out. But, yeah, he's supposed to call in next week. And if you got questions for a race car driver and you haven't asked Mark Jones while he was on here, Mike will be on. And then the following week, we're going to have a driver call in and talk a bit about that. Okay?
Cool. That'll be very cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, next week will be Mike Kurkowski calling in and talking about some stuff like that.
Okay.
And I can't tell you this right now because the answer's in a question that will be on the show here in a little bit. I have all these questions. I got a whole page of questions. I had to write them down. There's so many questions. And so I'll go more in depth about that a little bit. But anyway, September the 6th, Franklin Speedway. Mike Kurkowski will be there with one of his cars. And these things fly. Ex-Pro Cup, ex-Hooter Pro Cup cars. Big time, big time. This is not your normal Saturday night race track. It's big time. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's going to be good. I do need to warn the viewers tonight. It's not just us. It's a lot of people we talk to. Internet's buffering. If you caught a little bit of what happened last night, we tried to do a little 3 or 4 minute blurb about tonight's show.
Yes.
And the person went on, and then a minute and a half into it, it went dead.
Yeah.
And we had to stop and redo it again. And I call it technical difficulty. You can call it whatever you want to. The internet was buffering, and it buffered itself so bad it shut the show down.
Well, a lot of people we've spoken to in the last couple of days said
Yep.
they've had the same trouble.
I was over, well, as you know, I went over to Jones Motorsports earlier today and talked to those people. And they're fighting internet problems all day as well.
Okay.
We've been fighting it. So if the show does shut down, we didn't go anywhere. Give us a minute, maybe 2 at the most. We'll be right back. We'll be on the air. Admins, I see you guys in there, so they will keep you abreast and talk to you a few minutes in the feed while we're trying to get back up live and going again. All right?
Yep.
That sound fair enough? So, how's your week been so far?
I had the day off today, so
Mhm.
I'm in a really good mood. I was in my sewing room and was messing with my sewing machine. It was broken, but I fixed it, I think.
Well, there's
So,
Richard Shealy. He's
I'm
in
very, very happy today.
Hello, Richard. Good to see you.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm doing good. Hey, if you're a first-time viewer, or you've been on and watched the show a little bit, I'm going to steal your punchline a little bit. Let us know your name. Let us know where you're from. You're going to find about the VAP here in a minute and what's going on with it. Tell your friends, okay? And there's a special little thing about it. We have a lot of fun with it. So, and also, you're watching the show, and you know, everybody belongs to a lot of different groups and pages and stuff like that. Share it to your group,
Yeah.
okay? We're trying to get Nightmares Drive out even bigger, further, and wider than it already is.
Right.
We've already dominated the United States. We're working on dominating the world, and your help will be muchly appreciated. Okay? Please don't make me beg. It's not very pretty when I beg. Okay?
Start a
No.
watch party with
No.
all of your friends and let
Yeah.
them know what you're doing tonight.
Yeah, let them know what you're doing. And tonight's going to be a good show. We're going to answer a lot of questions. We're going to try to answer a lot of questions.
Yes.
Okay? But that being said, GOC, Guards of the Children, they have their big show, their big annual event. this Saturday. I want to take my time and once again thank all you viewers who sent items to Gardens of the Children to give away as door prizes and or how they need to. And we just want to thank everything. RJ's from BC, Canada. I talked to a lady, I think it was a lady, Bayla, B-A-Y-L-A, from Ontario, Canada last night. So we have a lot of Canadian viewers, as you can see. I wonder where, he says from BC, that's British Columbia.
Yes.
We've got one Providence or two, I can't tell looking at it, that's not marked off, okay? So RJ, if you know somebody from this Providence over here that's not marked off, tell them jump on the show and let us know, all right? We would like to cover, we've covered all of the United States. We've almost covered all of Canada. Here's what's embarrassing. We've covered all of Mexico. They got a huge wall, people. We're jumping the wall with our airwave signals and getting down to Mexico, but we can't cross the border and get all of Canada. I don't understand this. Come on, RJ, hook me up, brother. Take care of me, all right? We need somebody. Well, you're talking about the map. I want to see what Providence we ain't got taken care of yet.
Here you go, RJ. I don't know if you know or not.
Well, fix the sign you told me to fix.
Yeah, I did tell you. This is our world famous map. It's only world famous in our heads, but
No.
you know. What are you doing?
I'm trying to read.
Well,
I'm being rude, turning my back to the camera in my chair.
you can't read it. You don't
must
have
be
your
holding the
glasses
floor.
on.
You notice I'm slowly singing.
You are.
I went down. It's gonna be one. Let me borrow your mic because I'm too far. Hey, RJ, it's a Providence between C and A in Canada right here. Okay. I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on.
I don't think that.
Y'all bear
is
with me,
what
I'll
you
fix my
think.
seat.
Anyway, okay. Here's what happens.
We're gonna have fun tonight.
When you are a new viewer and you tell us your name, city, state, country, province, whatever it
There
is,
they are.
then what we're going to do is we're going to announce your name next week on the show and give you a pin. And so currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 provinces of Canada. We have Russia, what is that? United Kingdom, Norway, Ireland, Scotland, Bali, Guatemala, Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, Australia, Japan, Thailand,
I'm being
and
rude.
South Africa.
We've ruled the United States. We're trying to rule the world.
If you're if you're a first viewer in a country that we don't have, you get an X.
Yes.
If it's a country, you actually get a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But anyway, and viewers after that get a pin. And you can see we have a lot of pins on the east coast of the United States. We have 1 or 2 in Russia and Scotland and Bali. We have a few up in Canada and a few in Mexico. I don't know where my pins in Mexico went.
They fell.
Yeah, I guess they did.
Jose. Where did Jose go to?
I don't know. Anyway, tell us who you are, name, city, state, country, and we will put a pin on there and announce you next week. So, RJ, go ahead and share with all of your friends what provinces are missing in Canada. We don't know because we can't read the map.
maybe RJ can tell us how many provinces there is in Canada. We can count the X's
Because
and
it's
see.
really hard for us to read it without our glasses
It's
on.
right now, RJ, we're looking like there's something maybe between Manitoba and Ontario. We're not quite sure.
And there's Gary from Illinois.
Yeah, we're having. Hello, Gary from Illinois.
So
Gary needs to let us know where from Illinois. We got some admins from up in that part of the country.
Yes, we do. So share the show with all of your friends. Let them all call. We would like to get more pins up in Canada, more pins down in Mexico.
Hello,
The
Chad.
UK's doing very well. Australia's doing really great.
Yes.
We've just got some other countries that we're missing entirely, and we would love to have those names up here.
You know, we have one of the questions I went and answered. One of the questions was, of all the countries we got on here, which one surprised us the most to get somebody from? And to give an honest answer, there's a lot of them. Okay.
I like saying Bali.
I was going to say Bali threw us off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Japan was another one.
That was surprising.
And then Thailand. Thailand came on within the first month to 2 months of the show. We had somebody say, hey, I'm from Thailand. And we enjoy all the countries. Like you said, Brazil, Colombia, Scotland, Ireland, Norway. Poor United Kingdom, you can't read it. Hey, Ian, if you're in there, dude, brother, I'm sorry, but UK's kicking y'all's butt. Hello, Eddie Butler. I see Eddie Butler's in there.
So the new viewers from last week include Jeff from Middletown, Ohio, James from Virginia, John from PA, Pennsylvania,
Mm-hmm.
Tony from Milan, Idaho, and Bila from Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada. She was on last night.
And so we got some new ones tonight. Y'all go ahead and stay in here. Go ahead and tell all your friends to watch, and
We
we'll
put your
announce
pins up
everybody
already.
and give you a pin next week.
Yep, yep. We put your pins up already. Howdy, howdy, Eddie Butler. That's Lauren Butler's coochie.
Oh, they have 10 provinces and 3 territories.
Oh, wow, we're in trouble.
Oh, we don't
We've
have
got
nearly
1,
that
2,
many.
3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7 X's. So RJ, you're gonna have to. He's gonna have to text us and give us a
Yep.
geographical education. I think we thought
Yeah.
we about had Canada covered.
Uh-huh.
10 provinces and 3 territories.
Well, we're about halfway there.
Above the what? TOO? Above the 2?
Okay,
Well,
we're
top, I
almost,
think.
we're like halfway there.
We're halfway there. So maybe RJ help us out.
Yeah.
Maybe this week RJ have a bunch of people from Canada say, hey, we can't let Mexico beat us.
That's right.
So we got to jump on there.
That's
okay.
That's right.
Good evening. Joanne's in there. Joanne. I said this last night, but we have a lot more viewers tonight, so I need to say it again. Joanne is a new moderator. Met Joanne and Brad, or Bradley, up at the Indy Summer Nationals, as you know. And a few weeks later, she come on as a moderator with us, and we're having a lot of fun. And Joanne, we want to thank you for all your help. We really
Well,
do.
they've been very active with us since they found us months ago.
Yeah, yeah. They're like Todd Finney. They're on here all the time, and we
You see,
love
Gary's
that.
from Poplar Grove, Illinois.
Poplar Grove, Illinois.
So that'll be announced next
That'll be
week, and
announced
you'll
next
get
week.
your pin.
Yeah, nothing like being pinned. That was a high school thing. You know that? That was a high school thing. Do you remember that?
What?
Girls getting pinned in high school.
That was
Don't
before my
even
time. That was
that's
before my time.
BS, Miriam. That is BS, and you know it.
You're a lot older than I am, Nightmare. A lot older.
3 weeks. So that's not a lot, lady. Lady, that's
Actually,
not a lot.
honey, it's actually a year and 3 weeks.
I don't think
That's like
so.
a whole generation.
I don't think so. 3 weeks later. But anyway, yeah, back in the day, you know, if a guy was really serious about a girl in high school, he pinned her. And that basically means his varsity pin. By then, she was wearing his varsity jacket and put the pin on it, and it became official. They were a couple because he
Aww,
had pinned her.
that's sweet.
Yeah, unless it was a wrestling move, and it's a whole other subject then.
Well,
Okay, yeah.
after you get pinned one
Oh,
way,
holy
you could get
smokes.
pinned the
There's
other way.
British Columbia.
I know, but did
Columbia.
you see who this came from?
Yeah, Tink.
She's so smart.
Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Newfoundland, Labrador, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. I know we have BC and Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario. We got Quebec, Nova Scotia. You know what? I know we got New Brunswick because people have been telling me about that, and I thought they meant New Brunswick somewhere else. Okay, another town in the United States.
Tink, you
So-
are so smart.
Yes,
I would have
thank
never
you,
come
Tink.
up with all
Hello,
that.
there's Bradley. Last time I talked to Bradley and Joanne, they drive tractor and trailers, you know.
They do.
And they was going to stop by, and we thought we may have them on the show last week, but they had to do what's called pretty much a drop and hook. In other words, they dropped their loaded trailer, hooked onto another loaded trailer, and they had to go to Washington State.
Ooh, that's a long haul.
They
Because we're on
yeah.
the East Coast.
yeah. And RJ, we're not making fun of Canada. We just learning things about Canada tonight we didn't know. Okay. So y'all, Georgia here. There's John Russell.
Yeah.
There's a new name for next week. Welcome, John. Good to see you. You ready to start some of these questions?
I've got some too, so yeah. You
Okay.
start with yours and
All right.
I'll
Well,
move on to mine.
here it is. So I know not to ask a question again.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, phone lines are open. You can call in. Just
if you have a
want to-
question,
yep.
feel
you
free
want
to
to call
call.
in with a question, please keep it not too personal. And if you know it, keep it to yourself. Okay?
Mhm.
Here's one of the questions. And I think this is a pretty easy one to answer. Is the show really live? In other words, Miss Miriam, do we really shoot this show live?
Yes, that's why there's all these mistakes and we make fools of ourselves sometimes.
We
Because
have,
I'd love to edit it, but we can't.
yeah, we have lost, well, here's some of the things has happened. We have lost internet connection before. Remember that?
Yes, we have done that.
Yes. So if we was shooting a show and editing, you would have never seen that.
We've had the dog bump into the camera and twist it out of
And
it.
knock it out of whack. We did
Yeah.
have that happen.
Yeah.
There was the night my microphone fell
Yeah.
and fell off my desk.
Yep.
Well, that wasn't here, it was at the other studio.
Mhm.
And I sat there the rest of the night holding my microphone because I couldn't get it attached back in it. Bracket. Mispronounced words,
Uh-huh.
and maybe at times things being said shouldn't be said.
Things
And
don't come out right sometimes.
yeah, things don't come out right sometimes.
Yep.
And so,
If
Yeah.
we did actually videotape it and then edit it, we could have a really good bloopers reel.
oh,
If you want
that's
bloopers,
no
you
joke.
gotta watch the show live.
That's no joke.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do the show. We do the show live, just like that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we want to. Okay. Years and years ago, and this, believe it or not, my kids don't believe this. They swore them down many years around when dinosaurs were on the earth. All TV shows were live. Okay. This was back during the early stages of TV, black and white. All shows were shot live.
Yes.
If something happened, it happened. And they had to do what was called improv. In other words, deal with it, move on, improvise with whatever happened, and make it act like it didn't really happen or it was part of the show and keep right on going.
Right.
One of the funniest, now there's a lot of good ones out there, but one of the funniest ones that I know of that was ever able to do that and pull it off was a gentleman named Red Skelton.
Yeah, but Tim Conway was pretty darn good
Tim
too.
Conway's pretty good. I'm not taking any away from Tim Conway or saying Red Skelton's better. I'm just saying that back then with all the bloopers and everything, I think he was one of the funniest ones that could turn a blooper into something funny and make it act like it was really supposed to happen when you knew it didn't. So, yeah. So to answer your question, yeah. If you want to call in, 843-709-9677. If it's a humorous or funny question, yes. I'll try to answer any motorcycle tech question that I can for you. But if you know something that's personal about us, then keep it to yourself. Okay? It's your business and not everybody else's, okay?
What's your next question?
I'm looking. I'm not going to ask them in any particular order.
Okay.
Okay. Here's one. When will low budget build be back?
Well, that is kind of on hold temporarily due to some personal reasons. But my hope is that as soon as it gets a little bit cooler up in the garage area, we'll be able to get to that. We have to come up with some way to old school rattle can the frame and get it done properly in order to move forward.
Yeah.
Because I think we want the frame done and completed. Are we doing anything with the motor?
Yes.
Oh, we are.
Yes.
So there'll be hopefully just setting it in one time.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. A little bit about low budget build before I go on. Listen, I gotta say something. I see something on here I'm not happy about. I hope that Tink or Faith see it real quick and can get it off there. But I'm going to answer a question that's on here right now, and people may not like it. Okay? Once in a while, I've been invited to a page that the admin has thrown me off of because we don't share the same opinion. I believe we should respect the opinion of others regardless of our own, but the admin believes you share her opinion or you are banned from this page. And I can tell you now, that's not how things work. Maybe that's how it's taken. Maybe that's how a certain person feels about it. Admins only throw people off. We have, well, a lot of people don't know, so I might as well go into it real quick, about these pages and groups. What nobody knows is you just can't post whatever you want to on there, period, end of subject. Facebook, gives all of us a list of rules that we have to live by, whether we like them or not, okay? In fact, I will say this, to answer this one question. I got through all of my own page, Mr. Trout, my own page, I got through all of it, okay? And here's why. It wasn't me. Social media did not like the post, and it was a coronavirus post, okay? It was a humorous one. It was not a serious, I was making fun of it. And so therefore, I got thrown off and thrown in jail for 10 days, okay?
Yeah.
So sometimes people go on these groups and pages and they push the limit, okay? There's things as an admin, and I'm admin in all of them, okay? There's things we can do. We can warn you by a written warning. You see it, nobody else sees it. We can move you over to a place where we see everything you post, and we decide whether we let you post it or not. And then if you continue to break the rules, I'm not saying this is what happened in this situation, you continue to break the rules, we can boot you, okay? That's not what we want to do. That's the last thing we want to do is boot or block anybody.
Right.
But certain things that social media, I'm trying to pick my words carefully, certain things that social media is cracking down on. Anything political, okay? Anything. Whether you Democrat, Republican, Independent, doesn't matter. They're cracking down, and here's what can happen. If we let certain posts go through, I can't say we're graded, but we kind of are. They see them. And we have a rating. Now, we're the admin's the only one who can see this rating. And also, not only the rating, it looks like a gas gauge. It starts out in green, moves to yellow, moves to red. When it gets over to yellow, it means we're borderline, and we've got to fix it, okay? You get to red, there's a good possibility, and I've seen it happen. Social media can and will go in and shut that page down, and it never ever comes back. Never ever. They tell you it's under advisement. I know of groups that have been under advisement for 5 years now and still not come back, and they never will. It never will, okay? So if an admin boots you or puts you under admin approval, it means that basically, and I'm not saying that's what's happened in the situation because I don't know what it is. I'll check into it later on. Maybe, like me, I'm going to use me as an example. I pushed the limits too far. And it was bad enough, social media didn't even give me a warning. I was what's called social media jail for 7 to 10 days. Could be as much as 30, I don't know. Okay? And it was a funny post. It's been all over. I stole it from somebody else. In other words, I saw this post somewhere else that somebody else had posted in another group or page. I copied it, moved it over, and put it in Nightmares Ride, and that's where they saw it, and there I went. Okay?
Well, and you know, I posted something on Facebook that they considered against their health.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Health and well-being
I was going to
advisement,
say,
and
you have tried to post masks.
face masks.
Face masks that you wear for this virus.
Yeah.
She has tried to post them 8, 10 times.
Yeah.
And been turned down every time.
Yeah.
Okay? Every time.
Yeah.
Okay?
And so everything I post now is under review. And it's usually under review for 4 or 5 days, and then they decline to post it. So it's something even as innocuous as that that will get you in trouble.
I know everybody can see this, but I do want to point this out. Tink put this in there. Politics includes not just political parties. It also includes things regarding rioting, looting, COVID masks, etc. To you, it may be a joke and funny, but Facebook will say it is spreading false information.
Yeah.
Again, and I'm going to use me, and admins, they picked at me and they busted my chops all week. They know it happened. I got busted. I posted something funny. It was an old man sitting on his Harley and said, I can outrun COVID-19. Thought it was funny. The next one said, sleep with a biker and you don't get COVID-19. Again, I thought it was funny. Okay, most people did. I got popped for it. All right, so I hope that helps him out a little bit. I really do. We don't know anybody mad or upset with us. I can tell you this, and this will come up a little bit later, something about the admins and moderators. Okay? They do not boot and block unless they're pushed to it. Unless they're pushed. Okay? Now, the best way to explain it is this. It's 1:55 at night, right? You're at a bar. Last call for alcohol is 2 o'clock. Do you want to piss the bartender off right then? Or do you want to play nice and hope they'll let you have one more drink before 2 o'clock? Okay? That's the way the admins and moderators are. You keep pushing them and pushing them enough, they're going to say, I don't have to take this, and they don't. Because you got to understand, groups are over 40,000.
Yeah.
You know, I think we counted the other day, we're probably around 300, 400,000 between all the groups and pages. I know I'm going to catch it from the admins. They said, don't tell the numbers. Okay, but we do. So every day, there's somebody not happy. They didn't like something was said. We also, you know, we get things that, I'm going to use Rat Man. I saw him in there. There's Bayla. Bayla, you missed it. She just talked about you. Just checking in. She's at home in Barrie, Ontario.
Okay.
So, Bayla, sure enough, you just tuned in. Miss Miriam mentioned your name, and you're pinned up here on the board. It's good to have you. But anyway, what I was trying to say is, sometimes it comes down to we have to decide, does this one person get to stay and us lose a group?
Yeah.
Or do we have to let this one person move on somewhere else and be a lot happier and keep our group? And I hate to tell you, do we keep one person and lose 25,000 people? Or do we keep 25,000 people and lose one? The math's pretty simple.
In the famous words of Mr. Spock, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
There you go. That was a good one. That was a good one. Damon Griffin is watching. That looks like a new one. Damon, let us know where you're from. We want to pin you next week. Okay, I got off subject about dealing with that. If you have a problem, contact one of us after the show. But put it in here for everybody to see was uncool.
Yeah.
Uncool. Okay.
Well, you know, we all have a right to our opinion.
Yeah, everybody has a right to their opinion.
But Nightmare, your rights terminate where they interfere with my rights. Okay, you don't have a right to force your opinion on me, and I don't have the right to force mine on you. That's why we negotiate.
I don't disagree. But what I was trying to say a few minutes ago with social media, we have rules that these groups have to be run by.
Yes.
Now, the people that's in these groups, they don't see them.
Right.
We see them. As admins and moderators, we see them. We know what they are. We know what's enforced. We see people getting kicked off and booted, or what they call it in social media, jail. And we hear from them, and when they get back out, they tell us what they. So, therefore, we have to run the groups that way to make sure these groups don't get booted and blocked as well. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I know that your admins are open-minded enough not to base a block of a post on an opinion.
I'm pretty wide open.
It's usually going to be about something that might get us in trouble with Facebook.
Yep. We talked about when will low budget bill be back. It's being worked on right now. The frame is being sanded, and it goes to paint. I can't see, you know, I've talked about sanding. I've showed sanding on the show, talked about sandpaper and all that kind of stuff. And sanding a frame down, hand sanding a frame down, is mind-numbing, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I can't see doing a show with the camera set up and everything, 5 minutes of somebody sitting there watching me rub back and forth on a piece of metal. I've already done that, okay?
Okay.
So, good night, Knucklehead. So, as soon as it comes back from paint, you'll see the paint job. Of course, we have to do the primer first and let it dry, and then shoot the paint. And I'm hoping next time it's seen, it's setting up on a lift, and we can move on to something a little bit more fun. So we're going to bring low budget bill back, and what everybody has to understand with low budget bill, we're paying for it out of our pocket. It's not a customer. And since we're paying for it out of our pocket, we buy parts and do things when the extra play money is there.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, that was the low budget bill. Let's see what else we got.
That's a good question, because I'm anxious about it too.
Yeah. Here's one. Will Cousin Cletus ever be back?
Did Did y'all like Cousin
Oh.
Cletus?
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah.
was fun.
Will Cousin Cletus ever be back?
He was fun.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I can handle Cousin Cletus coming back. He, we're out of town, apparently. He breaks into the house, takes over the show, decides to do his own show, and then leaves. Eats all the food, worse than Cinderella and a Riding Hood and Three Bears. Messes the house up, leaves his dirty dishes in the sink, and out the door he goes. And then he tries to make you guys believe we're kin to each other. No, the hell we're not. Okay, no, we're not. Okay, somebody's second cousin, third uncle, fifth sister, by their third in-law, by the neighbor who lived down the road, something I don't know. But no, me and Cousin Cletus are not kin to each other. And is he coming back?
We
I don't
hope
know.
not.
I'm not too crazy about him coming back. I can tell you that now. He was a basket case. He was a basket case. Trying to do something, trying to build this bike, and turn around looking, he's got a thing stuck in his beard. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway.
Well, the fact that he was using hot glue instead of welding things
Yeah,
was...
yeah, he was using hot glue and not welding stuff up, and shows how much he knows. And,
He was just trying to be helpful since you couldn't be there.
In
and
what
put on
way?
the show.
a doofus.
Well, oh, okay, doofus, yeah. Just trying to be helpful. And he admitted he couldn't bring the welding machine down to the
Well, that's true.
studio.
Well, I knew he couldn't bring it down here because if he did, Batman would have been here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been here. But yeah, well, welcome to tonight's show. It's okay, you asked for it, and we're trying to ask some of the questions or answer some of the questions you've asked. Miriam has a couple, and I don't know if your viewers in there ask them or not. I haven't been given any names, so I don't know. I hope they tune in. I see John Russell. It says, I know him from Charleston. John Russell.
The name is familiar.
The name's familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a question about naming a bike. How you name a bike.
Oh, wow. Do we have all night?
No, we do not.
Okay. Do you want the true story or you want a BS story?
Well, we'd like to know for true. I mean, how many people out there actually name your bikes?
I think everybody that rides names their bikes.
I think a lot of
One
people
way or
do.
another.
We've always named all of our vehicles,
Yeah.
but the bikes in particular, because of advertising and that sort of thing, we named them.
Okay.
Ratman is in here, and his
Ratman.
bike was called Rat
It was
Trap.
called Rat Trap.
Yeah.
Some bikes, the names come about maybe from the owner. Okay, they've got a bike they want me to build, and they already have a name picked out for it, and that's kind of how it goes. With Rat Trap, since his name was Ratman, and we did a Rat Fink style bike, which is with the rat on there. The name Rat Trap just kind of worked its way around. So therefore, that's how that bike got its name. The Exorcist. Okay, that one, I didn't name it while I was building it. I really didn't name that bike till after it was built. And we own that bike. Nightmare Custom Cycle owned that bike for about 6-8 months. And it sold to a gentleman up in Ohio somewhere.
Behind you.
Yeah, it's the one in Easy Rider, right here, one behind me. But The Exorcist was named because it scared the hell out of you. Okay, it was loud, it was obnoxious, it would set the grass on fire. You know, you've seen me many times sitting at idle and look down and the grass around me's on fire. That's from the flames that were shooting out of the exhaust pipes. That's how much horsepower they twisted out of that motor. It was deafening to ride. It was a handful, not because it was unsafe. It was just a lot of horsepower and a short wheelbase frame.
Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, I named that bike The Exorcist because it would scare the hell out of you to ride it. Not unsafe or not because it went too fast, nothing like that. It was just a hellacious bike to ride,
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. The Predator. That was a trike that we did. The owner picked that name because he built the bike in resemblance to the Predator that was on the show. At
He
the movie.
loved the movies.
Yeah, he loved the movies.
Yeah.
So that's how that bike come about with its name. Other bikes, maybe it's a paint job, but without sounding out in left field, a lot of times when I'm building these bikes, you know, I do the biggest part of the work when we had our big shop. I'll have other techs help me, but they're setting motors in, stuff like that, because they're heavy. You don't want to scratch your paint and everything. So anyway, as I'm working on these bikes, you know, your hand's touching the metal and it's doing this, that, and the other, and I feel like every vehicle has its own personality. I know that sounds like it's out in left field, but I don't think it is. So as I'm working on these bikes, things come to my mind, and I feel like it's a bike talking to me, giving off its own presence, and after a while, a name just pops in my head, and it usually fits the bike.
Well, Anger Management was a
Anger
beautiful
Management was one of them.
long-base chopper that was built for a customer with
Yep.
special requirements. But we had several builds going on at the same time.
Yeah,
And some of them were being a real pain in the behind.
yeah,
They just weren't,
yeah.
they didn't want to be finished.
I want to
one
interrupt
reason
you
or
on
another.
that. Building a custom bike's not like it looks like on TV.
Right.
Okay, you see these shows on TV and everything fits and the parts are always there and everything's perfect and they set it in, all the bolts are there and everything lines up. That ain't how it works.
Right.
Okay, remember I said TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to modify things, you have to build certain parts. There's a lot of testing and fitting and frustration that
Yeah.
can go into one. And Nightmare and the techs all said that they could work on those other motorcycles and get very, very frustrated
Yeah.
and go to this one particular bike and things just
It just fit.
It-
It just fit every time.
everything was so easy that they considered that bike perfect therapy for anger management.
Yeah.
So that's how the bike got its name.
Yeah.
And other bikes that we've had, like Princess of Darkness
Princess
back
of
here.
Darkness. Yeah.
She was a little Sportster
Yeah.
that you tricked out for me.
And then the name Princess of Darkness just come to me, and it was not named after Elvira, Princess of Darkness, but it just came to me, and that's what that bike was named. And you know, there's many others, but usually to answer the question, when I'm building a bike, during the building process, a name will come to me, and I've yet to come up with a name that did not fit that bike. Okay. So that's how the names
Yeah.
work out. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
That was a good question though,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's a real private, personal
Oh,
thing.
you-
Tink
you
says
wanna
they
ask
call
that.
theirs public nuisance.
Public nuisance. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Big Blue upstairs.
Yeah.
And the grand
The
old
grand
lady.
old lady.
The grand old lady, because she's an older bike and
She's an '88 Electra Glide,
yeah.
and she just got a certain stature about
She's
herself.
class.
She's class. She exudes class. She reminds you when you look at her of a grand old lady, very prominent, very etiquette, all that, and the name just suits her.
Yeah.
So she's called the grand old lady. So there's Steve Lee. I believe Steve Lee, if I got the same Steve Lee in mind, he was just in service. South Dakota. I believe he was out there with Hondo. I believe I saw them on the internet. If it's the same Steve Lee I'm thinking of, okay, and I've met that. If it is, I've met that Steve Lee in Bowling Green, Kentucky, a couple years ago. Yeah. I'm looking down to feed. What we're looking for is to make sure we don't lose internet connection tonight.
Yeah, we're
So we keep watching the
Trying to
feed
keep
really
on that.
heavy. So if you see me looking over here, that's what we're watching. And all that. Want to thank everybody that's in the feed and enjoy you guys being there. For the viewers that are not here, they're missing a great show. I saw Bayla in there a few minutes ago from Canada. Damon Griffith was in there. Let's see who else I see. Eric is in there. Horse Rat Man's in there. John Russell from down on Charleston, South Carolina. Keep saying he put the same message in there.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, Man of the Sand Shack in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, you remember that place over on Ashley Phosphate?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I have another question for you,
Okay.
and this is a little more personal.
Uh-oh.
What is your hobby?
What is my hobby?
Yeah.
Wow. You kind of know me. I'm kind of diversified. I call building bikes a hobby. A lot of people call it a living. You know, that's how they make their living. I call it a hobby because I love doing it and I enjoy doing it. Driving a race car for Jones Motorsports. I take that serious. So is that a hobby? I don't know. A hobby. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if I have one. Do you think I have a hobby?
I think you have a lot of things you like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know that I could zero in on one thing that would be your hobby.
I used to have one.
Really?
There's a man, Jeff from Middletown, Ohio. That's an old one.
What?
Sorry. I used to collect ball caps, baseball caps. And I had a little room. I couldn't buy them or steal them. I could trade for them, somebody could give me one. And if you remember one time I had a huge box, I think I had 300 or 400.
Yeah,
And
we
we
got
got
rid of
rid
that
of them.
hobby because they started to smell really funky.
Yeah, yeah. I had a few of them that's worth keeping.
Well,
But anyhow, okay, yeah, I don't think I really have a hobby that I know of. Okay.
okay.
Do you have any more?
Not yet.
Okay. Here's one.
Okay.
What is the favorite bike I have ever owned? And what I'm doing is scratching through these so I don't ask them again.
What is your favorite bike you've
the
ever
most
owned?
favorite bike I've ever owned? Wow. And again, another one. The original Nightmare.
I was going to say, your chopper.
My chopper. It was a rigid. I had it for many years. I built it. I had a 113 S&S that pushed to the limit. Believe it or not, I'm going to go both ends of the spectrum. It's either Nightmare or the Big Blue Biatch.
Big Blue? You like
Yeah.
Big Blue better than the Grand Old Lady?
Oh no, I love the Grand Old Lady, but
Well,
I've
would
got-
that make
I've got to do a
her
break.
your favorite?
yeah, she's probably my favorite for more than one reason. Yeah. It had to be, now that you said I forgot about her, it had to be either Nightmare or the Grand Old Lady. And they're both different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, one's a bagger, one's a chopper.
One was a hot rod chopper, you know. So to be an honest answer, I couldn't pick out between the two. It would be probably the Grand Old Lady. I enjoy riding her. She gets a lot of looks. She's not fancy, you know that.
Yeah.
She's just an older bike, and I just enjoy riding her. She's got a lot of class about herself. Everywhere she goes, she
So
exudes
what about,
class.
what was your favorite bike you ever built? Not necessarily
favorite
rode,
bike I
because
ever
you
built?
owned, you know, a number of bikes in
Yeah.
a long time, but we
Oh, I
built
owned a lot
bikes
of them.
that never belonged to us.
I hate to keep going back to it, but oh,
The Exorcist?
no. Pirate's Promise.
Ah, that one's down here.
Pirate's Promise because it became a family build.
Yeah.
You and Sarah got involved, you and Peanut. And me building it, a lot of one-off stuff on it, won a lot of awards and a lot of shows. Of all the builds I've ever done, I'd probably buy that one back if I could afford it. And you remember that one chopper that was over 13 foot long?
Yeah.
Center of the wheel.
Yeah. He
He
named that one Nightmare too.
named that one Nightmare 2 because I built it and I asked him not to, but he wouldn't change the name of it. Had a Merc motor in it. Guy was terrified to ride it. I like that one real well. But probably, Pirate's Promise.
I think Pirate's Promise because I did have a lot of input into the
Yeah.
paint theme on that particular bike, and I traveled with you an awful lot with that bike.
Yeah,
Um,
that bike went out of the country.
we went to a particular event, and the bike was the star of the show, and we were introduced as the builders.
Yeah.
And one of the ladies that I had met and spent time with over that few days came to me and she said, "You didn't tell us you were famous."
Yeah, I don't remember that.
And I said, "We're not famous. The bike is famous. We just travel with our."
Yeah, we just traveled with it.
Everybody knew the bike. So
Yeah.
I think Pirate's Promise is probably one of my favorites as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I've loved and enjoyed each bike I've built. I really have. A little part of me went with each one of them. I hate to see each one of them go, even though I knew I was building for a customer. And you'll have to understand, when I built these bikes, they were for customers. What you don't realize, most small independent shops, you have to build for a customer. You can't afford to build a bike and set it on the floor and wait for it to sell. You just
We
can't.
did it a couple of times,
Yeah.
and it's very
It's
expensive.
The Exorcist is one of the bikes
Yeah,
we did that
it takes a lot.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we were 25,000 into that bike out of
Yeah.
our pocket
Yeah.
back then, and we had it for about 8 months, and finally sold it for 32,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made $7,000 in a matter of 8 months, but there 8 months we were sitting without $25,000 in our pocket.
It,
And at
it
times-
really ends up being a loss.
Yeah, yeah. At times it hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. How many times do I take the show on the road? Every chance I get.
And I'd send
Okay.
him as often as
Yeah.
I can.
I can say road trip, and before I can even tell her it's 2 months away, suitcases are packed sitting on the back door waiting. And she said, "I thought you meant you were leaving now." "No, 2 months. "Well, why don't you go ahead and leave now and just call me when it's over." Okay?
Make sure you get there on time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I get there on time. Well, yeah, but it's only 500 miles down the road. That's okay. You'll be on
Go now.
time. Yeah. How many times do I take a show on the road? This stuff going around has affected all of
lot.
us. Okay. Bike rallies, a lot of them are not going on this year. A lot of events we would normally do. In fact, I was on the phone till 7:15 tonight. You heard me talk to the
Yeah.
lady. And so we was scheduled, and in fact, us and Professor Bubblemaker, remember? We're supposed to go back in and encapsulate me in a huge bubble.
Right.
And that show has been put on hold because of this stuff going around. So it's put a hurting on us taking the show out. I've had it this year once already. Went to the Indy Summer Nationals up in Indianapolis, Indiana. I think that's the only time I've been on. No, been to Jones
I
Motorsports
think you went
twice.
to Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, been over there twice. By the way, if you own a race shop and you would like the Nightmares Ride to come and feature you and your race team and your race shop, contact us.
Yeah.
Let us know. We'll work something out. Be glad to work something out with you, okay? It's great advertising. It also lets your sponsors see you up close and personal. Lets them see your race shop and your car, because we try to make sure how we set up the cars in the background.
Yeah.
So it's very cost advantageous
Yeah.
for us to come to your race shop or your place of business and do
And
a
we
show.
can do that right now and still
Yeah.
maintain social distance, whereas a big event, which
Yeah.
are very difficult to find right now anyway, it's also very difficult to maintain the distance.
Yeah, social distancing. In fact, you know, Eddie, I was hoping maybe Eddie Brothers and them want me to come up to their race shop and do a big show, a 2-hour show up there, but he won't do it. He won't even send me a t-shirt. I'm picking at Eddie. I'm just picking at Eddie Brothers. Oh, wrong Eddie that's Eddie Brothers, and I was thinking of
Butler.
Eddie Butler. You gotta understand, I look down, I see Eddie Brothers, and I've been thinking about Eddie Butler, and it's Eddie and a B, and Eddie and a B, because a lot of times I'll just glance at the first
Uh-huh. Letter.
letter of the last name. So,
Yeah.
hello, Eddie. Eddie Brothers, Brothers Racing. Good to see you guys in here. Okay, and Eddie's working on a late model. Lauren finished in the top 20 at her
wow.
race a couple weeks ago.
Very good.
And we're happy for her. And then good enough, they have made an arrangement for another late model, and for Lauren to drive it probably the rest of the year.
Wow, that's
So-
wonderful.
We're very, very happy about that. Okay.
That's all right.
He says, come up here and put me to work. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
he will.
you can try that.
Yeah.
I've been trying it all day long. Everything is, I'll do that
I'll do it
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah,
I'll do that
get to
tomorrow.
Well, it's show day, okay? And you know, like I said, and truthfully, you know, I was on the phone talking business till 7:15. You know?
But you also tell me that on Monday and Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, if
I'll
it get
do
me out of
that
work.
tomorrow.
Yeah, get me out of work.
Yeah.
Okay? So, anyhow, we was talking about how many times we take you on the road. Every chance we get. Okay? I
Yeah.
really do. I enjoy it. We've been to Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia. I think that's it as far as states.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, South Carolina, done some local stuff in and around.
Mm-hmm.
Was talking to a gentleman about maybe doing a show up in Virginia maybe in a month now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Normally, Nightmare tries every 2 to 3 months to go out and
Yep.
do something, but this
Costs a
year's
lot of
been
money.
different.
yeah, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
You see Tink put in there, bikes, babes, and their toys, bikes, babes, bikes, babes, hot rods, and Harleys.
Mm-hmm.
There's also that, bikes, babes across America, throttle
Mhm.
therapy,
Mm-hmm.
bikers living the dream, bikes and friends bar, Nightmare Custom Cycles, Nightmares Ride, and Nightmares Ride page and group.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you'll find me during the day, bouncing around, bikers living the dream, and it's a lot of fun. There's Martin. Martin was on here last week. Good to see you back. Samuel Wagner is here. Welcome, Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
Martin didn't tell me where he was from last week. I hope he does, so we can put an X in the name.
Oh, I think we announced
Oh,
Martin
did you?
previously.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't remember, and because you take care of that.
Mhm.
And Samuel Wagner, maybe let us know. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Favorite rally of all time? I'll let you answer that to start with.
My favorite rally of all
Yeah.
time? I probably enjoyed the High Seas Rally the most
Mm-hmm.
because it's a week-long biker cruise,
Yeah,
and we've done that one 6 or 7 times.
7 or 8. You say 6 or 7. I can look at the plaques. They're 7 or 8.
Okay. So the High Seas Rally is probably the one that I enjoyed the most and participated in the most. But
Yeah.
we've also been to Myrtle Beach. We've been to
Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona.
We worked Daytona one year, one
Yeah.
whole week.
We've been through Maggie Valley, but not during
I
the
did Cherokee.
rally.
No, I have done Cherokee over
Okay.
there.
And some of the smaller local things I remember,
Yeah.
but none of the mega rallies. I like staying at home better.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah. I'm usually one that travels.
Mhm.
I would say the one I liked the best and the least was the '08 High Seas Rally. I liked it as one of the best because it was the year we gave away Pirate's Promise.
Yeah.
I liked it one of the least because it was the year we gave away Pirate's Promise. Okay?
Yeah.
That bike meant a lot to me. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, the smokeout, I forgot. Me and Ratman went to the smokeout a
Yeah.
couple times.
Mhm.
He used to be my traveling buddy when he lived in South Carolina. Me and him would load up and go to different rallies and everything and have a good time.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, Hondo, I wish. Shouldn't Hondo saying it's awful, shouldn't we be on bikes instead of on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hondo, that'd be fun, but I am, he's replying while he's working, so you got a lot of room to talk, Hondo. I'll get you for that. I'll send you a picture after a while. I'll forget to tell you you need to stop. Me and Hondo knows what that means.
Okay.
Okay, he knows what that means.
Mhm.
But yeah, I want to welcome Martin. Hey, Martin is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Mhm.
Where Harley Davidson built.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool. I've been to Milwaukee before, Martin. I drove tractor trailer 22 years, covered 49 states, 3 provinces of Canada and Mexico.
Mhm.
Okay. But other rallies I've enjoyed was I have enjoyed all of the High Seas Rally. If you get a chance, you owe it to yourself to go on that one. Tell them Nightmare sent you. We don't get anything out of it, but tell them we sent you anyway. It's a 7-day, 6-night, all bikers, no kids, on a cruise ship, and it's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
It's a ton of fun.
Mhm.
Let your hair down. You don't have to worry about being a designated driver because you got a captain and a co-captain and a co-co-co-captain, and somebody helps him.
Yeah.
Just steer the ship and get you where you're going.
Yeah.
And have a lot of fun. But yeah, that's a good one to go to. I enjoyed the smokeouts that me and Ratman went to. I enjoyed Daytona because I went down and jumped on a Harley, rode back, got you, rode back. We did it, and then we turned around and rode back on the Harley.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed one of the Hickory ones. That's where I met Reef Rat. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So to me, there's no such thing as a bad rally. It's your fault if you didn't have a good time.
Yeah. Well, and we
Okay.
did Easy Rider bike shows for
Yeah.
many years.
I can't begin to tell you how many Easy Rider bike shows we did.
Right.
And we used to go to the trade show up in Cincinnati,
Mm-hmm.
middle of winter,
Mm-hmm.
freezing cold.
Yeah.
every
Bad
year.
place to be in the
Bad place to
winter.
be in the wintertime.
January, February, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
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 But a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So,
Here's one.
what?
How long has Nightmares Angels been with me?
Since day one.
Since before day one.
Well, yeah.
I come up with this concept a long time ago. Met up with two of them in Kentucky. They was with somebody else. I pitched the idea to them, and they said if I ever done it, yeah, they didn't know if they would leave where they was at or not, but to let them know. I also met Tink and Brian there. I didn't pitch the idea to them because I didn't know them yet and everything, but I did meet Tink and Brian at the same show.
Mm-hmm.
And as time moved on, I did approach two of them and told them I was ready to make a move, and they come on in. Basically, without talking in code, most of the Angels has been with Nightmares Ride a year and a half
Yeah.
or more,
Yeah.
okay, to say the least. To answer you on the moderators, most of them, let's see, I'm going to say the Angels have been with the show a year and a half, give or take, and the moderators probably a year. All right, except Joanne. Joanne's just jumped on board with us a couple months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of fun to have her on board.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of moderators, that would be Terry Hudgens and Ian Coran. And you do not see an Ian there right now because Ian may be in the outback. Okay? If you can't figure that out, Ian is from Australia. Since the dawn of the dinosaurs, yeah, Tank, I got you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can a round peg go in a square hole the same size, Eddie? Yes, it can if you got a big enough hammer and torch is hot enough.
Or lots of grease.
Or, well, no, I like a torch brand.
Torch. Okay.
Yeah, 18 months is
Okay.
what Hondo says. Yeah, Hondo, that sounds about right.
Okay. Okay.
I like talking. I know it gets aggravating everybody. I can see the feed and y'all see it, and that's why I answer what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Angels have been with me about 18 months. We've had a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and great group of ladies. We thank them almost every week. If it
They're
wasn't for them,
amazing. If y'all
they're
have not,
amazing
you know,
ladies. Amazing ladies.
they keep the feed going. They respond to questions. They make sure everybody gets a
I
hello.
like that, Tank.
They take care of us on the backside,
Yes.
and we
When we're
truly
sitting
appreciate
when we're
everything they
sitting
do.
here, when we're sitting here running our mouth,
Mm,
they're on the backside working.
yes.
Okay, and trust me, what they're doing is not easy.
Yeah.
Okay, Kentucky White Hondo. That's where I met you at first time. Hondo was in Kentucky. You remember that? We was over at Bowling Green.
Kentucky Rain.
Yeah, well, well, that's partially doing me losing the truck that night. Okay, but yeah, Hondo, I owe you a fireball. Keep it to yourself, but I will get you. Okay. But anyway, met Hondo there as well.
Uh-huh.
Good guy. You know, sometimes you meet somebody and you just hit it off. Hondo was one of those.
Mm-hmm.
We met each other in Kentucky and we probably talked 5 minutes and it was over. We just hit it off. It just worked and we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun over that. So that kind of leads to the next question. How did the Angels get their name? Well, before Nightmares Ride started, I was busy, I want to say in the background, taking care of a lot of technical stuff, buying the equipment, coming up with the money, ordering equipment, doing my research on things I needed to know. and Nightmares Angels was out in the front at the time, and they was getting the groups up and going and the pages up and going, and people were seeing them and talking to them as everything was starting to grow. And usually every morning we would text each other, and I would ask somebody, maybe it was Tink or Faith or Denise or Mel or whoever, can one of y'all take care of this today? Because I won't have time. And because I was still building bikes and everything, I still am, had to shop there at Tunnelville. And they said, sure. And so they started doing that, and one day I made a mention that, this is a lot like Charlie's Angels. And I don't know which one of the Angels come back with it. Said, well, no, it's not Charlie's Angels, we're Nightmares Angels. And it stuck. It stuck. They liked it, I liked it. And so it's been Nightmares Angels ever since.
And they are angels because they have saved our butts on
They
the
have saved our butts more than once. Trust me. Trust me. I have pulled some Lulus and they come in and save my butt. Yeah, sweet and innocent faith.
And we always go, what does it mean when it says so and so? And they go,
yes, I agree with Honda. We were just two lovable biker dudes in Kentucky. In the rain.
Two lovable
biker dudes. Yeah.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun. We
Good.
did. We did. I enjoyed meeting Hondo, and Hondo thought he was going to get to come to Indy. Me and him was working on a business deal. He knows what I'm talking about. He is a franchise owner with a company, and he thought he was going to be able to show up and sell his merchandise. But we couldn't get everything, all the I's dotted and T's crossed in time. So I'm hoping that we get to do that. I'm hoping we get to be the show he's at, because we did have a lot of fun. And I was only going to say something, but it'll lead into something else. Next question. When will Becky Sue Anonymous call in again?
Lord. She kind of falls into the same category as Cousin Cletus.
As Cousin Cletus.
Yeah.
Becky Sue,
Sweet
she
lady.
may be in jail right now. We ain't heard from her in a while. I hope she's in jail.
She's a sweet lady. She might be in kindergarten right now. We don't
Yeah,
know.
she may be in kindergarten. That's
She's
for
a
all we know.
sweet lady. We love her to death, but
You can't ever tell what's coming out of that woman's mouth. And she can call in, and it doesn't matter what the show's about. She's going to talk about what she wants to talk about.
that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from Becky Sue Anonymous in a while. Maybe she's found a boyfriend by now.
That would be cool.
Maybe Cousin Cletus. Maybe her Cousin Cletus right now. Can you imagine them two having babies? I don't even want to think about that, okay? Yeah, Tink says, Becky Sue has a mind of her own. That's very true. That's very true, Tink. If you've never seen a show with Becky Sue on here, trust me. It's hilarious. It really is. It's
We even thought about changing phone numbers.
yeah, I thought about changing the phone number so she couldn't call in anymore. Okay, but yeah, Becky Sue, we don't know. Okay, she does have an open invite to call in whenever she wants to, and thank goodness she has not took up that privilege yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop there and let me take care of a couple things.
Okay.
GOC, Guardians of the Children. All right. Their big show is this Saturday. Out of Dog Pound up in Ripley, West Virginia, which is just south of Parkersburg, north of Charleston, West Virginia. It's their annual fundraising. Okay. These people help raise money so that they can help abused children. And the amount of abused children, I think Pappy told me is like 25,000 on the books in the state of West Virginia right now. Okay. Guardians of the Children is also, it's not a small organization. They have 55, I'm going to say, chapters, and they even have some in Canada. All right. They are a total nonprofit. That means everybody there volunteers their time, energy, effort, and their own personal money to do what they're doing. But they help to raise money to take care of these kids and help them out any way they can.
Yep.
One of the things they do is the children have their own Christmas party. And the Guardians of they have their own group as inside there. It's called Little Guardians. They also get their own vest, and they get to pick their own road name. And they pick their own officers, from the people that the children is inside the group, and it gives them a sense of belonging. And they let them know bikers are not as bad as they think they are. And so they're a huge help to these children. So their fundraiser is this Saturday, riding out of Dog Pound up in Ripley, West Virginia, going about a 100-mile ride. Okay. Last year they had 100 bikes. They're expecting 125. I'd like to see them have 150 or more. And half of them saying I heard about it from Nightmares Ride. Okay.
Wow.
It's a great place to be if your bike's tore up or it's in the shop and you're within driving distance. Drive over.
Oh,
Spend
yeah.
a day at the Dog Pound.
Yeah.
Ripley's right there on the Ohio River, and the Dog Pound's where I think it is. It sits right there on the main drag, and you can look over and see the river pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna have all kind of stuff going on. Go over and see these people, help them out. And I want to thank Eddie and Sean and everybody who sent in door prizes and gifts and everything to help these people out. It's a super good thing. But that's Guardians of the Children up there in Ripley, West Virginia, riding out of the Dog Pound this Saturday. Kicks things up, I think, around 10. And Knuckles will be there. Storm will be there.
Yeah.
Cheyenne, right? Or Cherokee. I don't know why I call her Cheyenne. Cherokee will be there. Tell them, if you go there, tell them Nightmare. You've heard about it on Nightmare's Ride. Okay? And it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, and on top of that, this Saturday is also International Female Rider Day.
Yeah.
And that is an international synchronized motorcycle ride, specially attuned to female riders. And they're celebrating women riders and independence. And their slogan is Just Ride.
Just ride.
So
That's what I say.
all the
Let's just ride.
female riders can join with COG and just ride and do it for
Have
a
a
good
great
cause.
day. Have a great day.
Yeah.
And if you're a female rider, you tell them the other day, you don't have to own your own bike. You don't have to ride it. You don't ride behind your old man, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, your girlfriend, we don't care. Go ride.
Yeah.
Go over there. Go to Guardians of the Children. Tell them you heard about it on Nightmares Ride. Go over and have a good time. Help raise money for these kids.
Yeah.
These kids didn't deserve what's happened to them.
No.
They didn't ask for what's happened to them. Most of them are sexually abused, and that's scary. That's really scary. But they're trying to teach these children that adults aren't bad people.
Right.
There are adults out there who do love them, for them, who do care about them, for them, and who does want to see them have a normal life.
Yeah.
Okay?
The Guardians of the Children can be a bright light for children who are living in an uncertain time.
Yeah.
And we want to support people helping other people.
Yes, yes. Speaking of that, I may be letting the cat out of the bag, and I may be told, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. If you're in that area and you're a nonprofit organization, sometime in October, come up there and Nightmare will be a guest speaker at one of
Late
their events.
October, early November?
Yeah, late October, early November.
Oh,
Come up
Vinny
there.
says that sign-ups start at 10 o'clock. Kickstands up at 12 for
Kickstands up at
COG ride.
Oh, there's Vincent. He's been in there. Yeah, COG. He's in there. Hey, Vincent, don't go nowhere. If you have any questions about GOC, what they're doing, what the ride's doing this weekend, send it to us in the feed. I see Vincent in there, and I'll ask Vincent, and he will give us an answer really quick before we go off the air.
Right.
But I'm glad Vincent or Benny just jumped in there. PJ's in there. He is with Guardians of the Children, one of the people I give my hats off to. For all the good work that they do.
Right.
So again, Dog Pound. Okay. Kickstands up at 12. Starts at 12. Kickstand starts at 10. I'm sorry, Benny. It starts at 10. Kickstands up at 12. It's about a 100-mile ride. They're expecting 100 to 125 bikes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great ride. If your bike's down or flat tire, or we'll start that morning, jump in your cage, ride over there, spend a day with them.
Yeah.
Help them out, volunteer, donate money, just whatever. Because you're not donating to Guardians of the Children. You're donating it to the children, okay? And they're the ones who need your help. And
They're a volunteer
they're a volunteer organization.
501(c)(3).
Yes, they are. My hat's off to Benny and Knuckles and Cherokee and Storm and Pappy and everybody with Guardians of the Children out of the Mountain State chapter. Okay, is one they ride out of. So we want to thank them, and this is the last one before they have their event this weekend.
Yeah.
We wish them nothing but sunshine, dry roads, beautiful air, and a great time and raise a lot of money.
Yeah, raise
Okay.
a lot of money.
That's what we're hoping for. Maybe PJ will be there, you know? Maybe PJ will show up. Rat wants to know about Team Nightmare. For those of you who don't know, for years we had, when we had our big shops in South Carolina, every year we would have a new patch made. And it was Team Nightmare with the year. And we did it for many, many years. And right, man, what happened is when we sold that big shop down there, we just quit doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
well, one, we moved to North Carolina, and the people who were making our patches, we lost contact with them,
Yeah.
and we haven't done any since. I saw one of your best the other day with all the patches on the back, and it was pretty cool.
I had a denim jacket
Yeah.
that I sewed the patches on, and they were 6 of them, I think.
6 or 7, yeah. Yeah.
We did it for several years when
Yeah.
we had the big shop. Yeah, and we would give the patches away to
We gave them away.
people
to-
who were important to us for various reasons.
Who were steady customers or kept coming in and out of the shop and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't give them just to everybody.
Right.
It was kind of a badge of honor, and Ratman had some. So, yeah, Team Nightmare. That was a lot of fun. Brings back a lot of memories.
Yes, it does.
I'm going to ask, no, I have forgot Jones Motorsports.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Jones Motorsports. A lot of y'all know, I drive, it was car 22, it'll be car number 30, for Jones Motorsports. Mark Jones will be driving the 00 car. They're ex-Hooter Cup, ex-Pro Cup, ex-Hooter Pro Cup cars. Mine come from Hendricks, if I'm not mistaken. I would Penske, Hendricks or Penske won. 600 with a question mark horsepower. They're full tilt race cars. They're ex-NASCARs. Okay, that's where they come from. But they're ex-NASCARs. What happens is NASCAR mandates certain safety upgrades to their cars every year. And after a couple of years, the cars cycle down and the teams get tired of doing safety upgrades and or realize it will cost too much to do that to that car, so they just cycle it out of their system, sell it, and they build a new car. So that's where our cars come from. So I do drive that one for Jones Motorsports. I talked to him. He's another one I was talking to before the show. He is already starting to set our racing program for next year. Jones Motorsports is already looking for sponsors for next year. He said between now and the first of the year, if you come on board with Jones Motorsports, you will get next year's advertising at this year's prices. Okay? And trust me, everybody knows how prices go up as of January 1.
Inflation, yeah.
Inflation. So if you come on with Jones Motorsports for next year as a sponsor, you can buy next year's advertising at this year's prices.
That's a pretty cool
Okay?
deal.
It is. And if you've ever researched advertising, you know the print media is pretty much dead. It's all went to this stuff here we're doing. And thank you, Faith, for putting that up there. She's put up guardiansofthechildren.com.
Good, their link.
Yeah,
Great.
That's her link, so thank you, Miss Faith. Miss Faith is one of our admins. And, one of the best places, I research advertising, one of the best places to advertise is on the side of a stock car like this. Why this type of stock car over other race cars? It's because of the same thing Hendricks, Penske, Joe Gibbs, all them boys sell. That trailer's going to be seen going up and down the interstate.
Yeah, it travels a lot.
It travels. Yeah, we're a traveling race circuit.
Yeah.
Anywhere from Salem, Indiana to Dominion, Thornsburg, Virginia. They're talking about a race in Georgia this year to up around Pennsylvania somewhere. So it's a traveling race show. So who's to say how many people will see it in a day's time in transit? Plus the trailers can be seen at the race, and of course leaving the race at truck stops, at rest areas, or wherever. Jones Motorsports, I know the rules are once we leave the race shop, we are to stay in full race attire until we get back.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a couple of uniforms, and you come on board with the right sponsorship, your name will go on the front of the fire suit as well as the fire suit. That way, we look good going and coming. Coming and going. Okay. I look good. I don't give a damn if sideways. Okay. Let's just put it that way. All right. But Jones Motorsports, you can contact me or Mark Jones and we'll hook you up.
Mhm.
So if you want your best bang for the buck when it comes to advertising, contact Jones Motorsports, because it's for a whole year, not just 1 week. Or, you know, we were talking to one of the sponsors, or not sponsors, talking to somebody about that. They're buying an ad in a newspaper for 10 days. 10 days. Okay? You're doing that, you're having to hope somebody reads that article in them 10 days and understands what the article means.
And then
And
remember it when
remember
they
it,
need the
and then
information.
turn around and contact you again.
Mhm.
Whereas if going down down the interstate and you're following this trailer,
Mhm.
you may follow it for 100 miles,
Mhm.
and it's right there in your face.
Mhm.
Okay? And how many times we go down the interstate and I see a race car transporter going the other way, and you see me turn around and look.
Mhm.
They're bright, they're colorful, they get your attention,
Mhm.
and you remember seeing that race trailer going up and down the road. Okay? And then, of course, a lot of these races are televised, and so there's your advertising bang for the buck all over again.
Well, why do you think that candies and laundry detergents and
Beer.
I mean they're not even racing
Yeah,
products
exactly.
are buying up these cars and decorating them up with their logos and
AAA.
everything
Everybody's heard of AAA.
because
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's just something that is seen and people recognize and remember and then use.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful advertising and it covers a whole variety of people, from young to old, to black to white.
It doesn't matter.
And north and south, it doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
Everybody loves racing and everybody watches.
Watches it. They relate to it. They understand it, the basics of it. And, you know, you buy a 4x on one of the cars, he'll even take it down to your place of business and set it up for the day, so you can do photo shoots, you can make your own commercials or whatever, and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
contact Jones Motorsports, Mark Jones,
Mm-hmm.
about an advertising package, and he will help you out in one way or another on that, okay?
Right.
So it's your best bang for the buck.
I agree.
Because, you know, me and Jonesy goes to a lot of races, and even at the racetrack, they'll say car number 30 is sponsored by so-and-so. Well, not only is while I'm on the track, do the people in the stands visually see the car,
Right.
the announcer is telling them this car is sponsored by.
Right.
So now it's a visual and they're hearing it as well. It embeds it into their brain a
Right.
little bit. Okay? You win a race, everybody wants to come over and take pictures of you, of your car. They take these home, they show their friends. So this advertising works in so many different ways. So if you don't advertise, maybe you work for somebody, hint, hint, Hondo, that wants more business. And the question is, with this type of advertising, can you afford to do it? The real question is, can you afford not to?
Right.
Okay, Stuart Haas, Haas Racing, started out a couple of CNC machines, and now he is one of the biggest CNC machine companies in the United States
Huh.
because they see his name on the side of the car, Haas
Yeah.
Racing. Okay,
Okay.
so prime example, it works. It works, people. Okay,
Sounds
So-
good.
Jones Motorsports. Okay. I don't see your viewers in there, so go ahead. You got a couple more questions for me? Let's fire
I
away.
do have a couple of questions. One
Do I
of
need
them.
my Swami hat again?
No.
Nobody, it hurt my feelings. Nobody asked when Swami's coming back. I thought that was funny. I enjoyed that last week.
So we had a tech question,
Okay.
and that was, what are the best cams for low end power for passing on an 06 Street Glide?
I have other ones I would recommend, but generic, cost effective, I would go with a set of EV27s. Okay.
Okay, what is that? I don't know what that is.
EV27, it's just a name on them, okay? You're asking things that I'm not going into tech-wise.
Best cams. Okay.
Yeah, the best cam, that'd be a twin cam motor. I would highly recommend a set of EV27s. Now, I don't know who's asking a question, I don't know if we're in there, but let me throw this out, and maybe they're at work and they'll get to watch the show tomorrow. While your motor's down having these cams installed, right now these cams run off chain, okay? Just a really small chain. And they got some tensioners that push against the chain, so chains stretch. So as these chains stretch, it pushes them and it keeps the tension on the chain. these tensioners wear out. And of course, the first thing you're going to tell me, you're going to hear me, or you think I'm going to say is replace the tensioners. Wrong freaking answer. Take them out and put them in the trash can, because they're going to fail. Trust me, they will fail. Not only will they fail, the chain can fail. Here's what happens. You're at a hard acceleration, you're showing off with your buddies, you're taking off from a traffic light, you're trying to impress a girl. You grab third gear, you got a handful, you're getting ready to grab fourth gear, the chain breaks. You already got that motor rolled back, and now it's just bang, bang, banging on everything in there. Yeah, not a good thing. If you're going to put a set of these cams in there, I would tell you go to Woods, and there's a couple other cams, but best all-around cams, an EV27. And while you're in there, swap it over to full gear drive. Now, here's what's going to happen for you on this. The EV27 is going to work for you for low end torque and top end power. The gear drive is going to make it instantaneous. You will feel as soon as you hit the throttle. Okay? It's no different than thinking about a belt or a chain on your bike. You give this bike a throttle, regardless if it's got belt or chain. The first thing it's got to do is take the slack out, and then it starts your forward momentum.
Right.
Okay, it's the same thing with these chains on these twin cams. Okay, you throttle up, the first thing it's got to do is take slack out, then start transmitting power.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, it's minute, but trust me, I'm going to tell you, in the long run, plus if you go to resell the bike, keep your receipt. People will buy a bike with a set of EV27 swapped over to gear drive quicker than they will buy our stock bike. Trust me, and you'll get your. It all depends on how you market the bike, what kind of shape it's in, how many miles on it, yada, 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 yada. Okay? But it will sell quicker if they know and you can prove it's got EV27s and a set of gear drive cams in it. Okay? The gear drive, trust me, it sounds like a lot of money, but how much does a cracked head or float the valve to a piston, knock top out of a piston, now you got metal chunks laying down on the bottom of the motor, you got to pull the motor out and tear the motor completely apart. How much money did you save?
Oh dear.
I don't know who asked that question, but I'm telling you, EV27s and flip it to gear drives, you'll love it. You'll never want to get rid of it because of it. Okay?
Okay.
I hope I gave you an answer that'll work for you.
Well, it was a question from last week
Okay.
that we had talked about
Yeah.
earlier
I did good.
today. You did very,
Question out
very
of the blue,
good.
and I knew the answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, never mind. That's an X-rated answer. Yeah.
All right. Whatever. And it is 9:30.
Yeah.
So the next question is, have you drawn a name for the Boondock Boogie?
The Boondock Boogie. You know, Bradley's the one that came up with that one. And, yeah, I did.
Did you?
I did. Okay.
Cool.
My problem is
Uh-huh.
I can say, I'm gonna help you all out. I'm gonna give you a hint. I can say the first name,
Uh-huh.
but I can't say the last name.
Why?
Oh, by the way, where's your list of people coming?
Right here.
Invited. Knuckles.
Uh-huh.
She was invited last week.
Uh-huh.
So y'all know Knuckles did contact us before the show. Well, I gotta tell you about the Boondock Boogie. Here's what's going on the Boondock Boogie.
My pins are not ready, so go ahead.
Somebody, okay. On the Boondock Boogie. Here's what's going on with it. And it's a party that Nightmares Ride and Jones Motorsports is putting on probably 1st of October, give or take. We'll set a date in the next couple of weeks and we'll notify everybody. But Knuckles contacted us, and she did that, I want to say Thursday or Friday this last week. She PM'd me and said she would be here
Great.
as soon as she knew the date.
Great.
So that is her. Now, the rules for being invited to the Boondock Boogie is pretty simple. And it don't really cost you any money. All you gotta do is watch the show, be a regular viewer, and then you have between tonight, by the time the show goes off, and before the show comes on next Wednesday night, to notify us if you're coming. Now the invite is for you plus one, or a couple, we will give. Now what we're going to do is hold it to a small intimate get-together, about 40 people, give or take. It's a BYOB, bring your own beer, bring your own bottle, bring your own boyfriend, bring your own booze, bring your own booty, bring your own broad, bring your own whatever you want to call it. We're furnishing the firewood. And it's not going to be a raging forest fire type bonfire. It'll probably be 2 or 3 foot. and just a nice, intimate get together. And we'll all stand around, talk, have a few drinks, have a lot of fun, and make fun of the people that show up. Okay? So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But again, that's all. It don't cost you a thing. Now I'm trying. I saw them in here a minute ago, so bear with me. I'm going to help everybody. I'm going to give them a hint. I can pronounce the first name. I cannot pronounce the last name.
Oh.
So if I get the name wrong, I apologize. Okay. And Benny, you should know your own Knuckles or Jessica White. She's been invited. And oh, by the way, Benny, and this is for all you GOC people, y'all keep coming back every week. Just because she was in here doesn't mean anything. Who knows, brother? Maybe a couple weeks it might be you. Okay. We put their names in strips of paper and a bowl, hat, whatever you want to call it, and pull it out. And that's who it is. I'm trying to find them. Their first name, I saw them in here a minute ago, so bear with me. Their first name, Martin, if you're in the room, will you still raise your hand? Okay. I saw him.
Gassiorowski.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. Martin
Gassiorowski.
Yeah. So Martin is the one.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Martin. Don't know where Martin lives at, but he has been invited.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. That's right, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Be a long ride, but we got people maybe coming down from Chicago, Illinois. Who knows? Maybe they can carpool together. I don't know. The people that's already going to be here is Horse Nightmares Ride. The invite goes out to all of Nightmares Angels. They're going to be here if they want to be. Jones Motorsports, okay, and Eddie Butler and all them, okay. So, okay, Todd and Cindy. Okay, Todd and Cindy cannot make it.
Okay.
And Todd, brother, I understand. Okay,
Yeah.
I do. You guys live all the way out in Colorado.
Yeah.
I really do wish Todd and Cindy could make it. I do understand, Todd. I'm not upset. I understand why you can't.
It's
because, well, you don't like me. Okay? he doesn't like me. He just don't want to say it. He's like, hey, on you and your party boat. Okay? That's what he's politely saying to me, Todd. I got you. You know, take your old lady out to supper. What do I get? A text message. You know, it's uncool to cancel somebody out on a text. You're supposed to call them, dude. I'm playing with Todd. I'm playing with Todd. Todd, brother, I got you. I really wish y'all could make it. But how about this, Todd? I will make you and Cindy this offer. If we do a show close by, out around Colorado where they can be at, we'll let you know plenty ahead of time. They'll know. Y'all, if y'all can come, you know, if we're within 100 miles or so, a couple hundred miles, you guys come over, I'll buy them a couple of beers.
There you go.
Okay. Todd, I understand. I like picking at you, and I enjoy picking at you guys. But, yeah, there you go. Tink got it in there. He is invited to the Backyard Boogie. I think Tink and Brian are going to be here. They're talking about it. Their anniversary's coming up. They got married on the 12th of Never. Now, Tink, that was romantic. I was being nice, Tink. You don't remember the old Donny Osmond song? The 12th of Never?
I told you earlier tonight, honey, you're a lot older than I am.
I'm freaking 3 weeks older. I'm
Different
3
generation.
weeks older than you. Don't
Look at
start
all the
your
gray
crap.
hair on your head.
And I can show you pictures of me when I met you, and they wasn't a damn gray hair in my head.
But you've gotten a lot older since then.
Who do you think put the gray hair there? All right, Todd, Cindy. He said, "Hell, that'd be awesome." Yes, it would. Todd, if you know of any rallies in that area that you know that you think would like to have us, let us know. We'll go to work for them. Todd, what we do is we'll advertise 4, 5, 6 months in advance, every night on the show, or every week on the show.
Yep.
And we'll come out and do live shows, and really help them bring the crowd. Indie Summer National was a huge example of that.
Okay.
Okay, and but yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. What was talking to Todd? Yeah, getting close to that area, I'll buy him and Cindy a couple of beers.
That's a great
And
idea.
they can buy me 6 or 7. I think that's a good trade. No,
That sounds great. Yep.
But Todd, I do understand. Before I lose track of time and having too much fun, I want to thank Nightmares Angels and the moderators. Tonight I'm going to do it different. I'm going to start with the moderators. And I'm going to start with the newest moderator.
Mhm.
Joanne. Met Joanne in the Summer Nationals, or Valley.
Yeah.
And she come on, Joanne, if I get it wrong, sweetheart, I'm sorry, come 2 or 3 weeks ago as a moderator. And I see her in there all the time, and she's a lot of fun, and she's a huge help. So everybody, like to give a warm, thoughtful welcome to Joanne. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. We really appreciate it. The next one, let's go with Terry Hudgens, the Chrominator. I haven't seen Terry in there tonight. Terry may be at work. But anyway, Terry Hudgens, the Chrominator, had some bad luck here a while back, which turned into good luck for him.
Yes.
Well, the motor in his other bike grenaded. And
Yes.
Terry did the right thing. And in fact, he did so good, we did a follow-up show about what he had done, basically. He had put a lot of chrome and a lot of stuff on his bike, and he had insured it, got good insurance on it.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, when the motor blowed up, they told him it was going to cost him more to put another motor in it than buy him another bike.
Right.
And Terry went out and got his first Harley.
Yeah.
And Terry's a good friend, bass player extraordinaire, and so that's Terry Hudgens. I have not seen Ian in there. Ian is from Australia. Ian
But
sent me a
he's
text.
in the Outback,
Yeah, I was going to say, Ian sent me a text.
which is
not
a
too long
restaurant
ago.
here, but not in
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah. Apparently it's not. Yeah, when we say he's at the Outback, we don't mean he's
Yeah.
he's over eating a steak. I was going to say he sent me a.
Oh, he sent us information about being in the Outback.
Yes.
We thought he was going to the restaurant. and
Yeah, I
we were
was
gonna
going
meet
to
him there.
Hey, dude, I'll meet you there and you
Yeah.
buy me a beer. But he said,
But
no.
No, different kind of Outback.
Yeah, I'm going to the Outback, and I will be without internet service for the next 5 to 7 days.
Yeah.
So apparently he's not back yet.
Right.
But Ian Coran is one of the moderators.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've got to say something, and I hope everybody will bear with me. I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to be very polite about it. We have, if you remember, we used to have 4 Nightmares Angels.
Mm-hmm.
We're down to 3.
Uh-huh.
They're not going nowhere because I threatened to shoot every one of them. But Miss Mel did move. She was offered a position somewhere else, not with another group of paid, just something else in life.
Mm-hmm.
And we're happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, all the angels, is still here, and they're not going nowhere either. They're very happy, but it was going to take up a lot of Miss Mel's time.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wish her the best of luck.
Of course.
Okay? So we've had some viewers ask us what happened to Miss Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's mad or angry. We're still, I heard from her here a while back, and we do wish her the best of luck. So let's get by that and move on. The Nightmares of Other Angels that have been here since word go. Let's go with Miss Faith McKinney. Miss Faith is a super nice lady. She's still studying, taking courses, doing great. And we love you, Miss Faith. She's a great lady, married with a couple of kids, I believe. And a lot of fun to be around. Then we'll go to, how about Tink? Susan Tink Kaiser. Every once in a while I'll slip up and call her Tink Brown or Susan Tink Brown because she used to be a Brown. And she married Brian Kaiser October the 5th. See, Tink, you thought I'd forget. She married Brian Kaiser October the 5th of last year. They've got an anniversary coming up before long.
Mm-hmm.
And they may be in the area. I know where they're going, but I'm not going to tell everybody because it's nobody's business.
Right.
They're going somewhere on their honeymoon, not honeymoon, anniversary, and they may be able to come by here for the party, and that would be great.
That would be cool.
Brian, if y'all not aware, Brian is my cameraman when we're on the road, if he's there.
Right.
Okay, if he's at a rally or able to be at a rally I'm at. Brian does all my cameraman work and does a great job. He's not an angel, he's not a moderator, he just does cameraman work for us when we're out in the field. And
He's
I
a
thank you for that.
supportive hubby, and he stands
Yeah.
up and helps his wife.
And he does great cameraman
He
work.
does.
So I really do appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Susan Tink Kaiser. And then there is Denise Ingebretson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not an easy name to say. But Denise Ingebretson. I wish I could say something nice about her, but I'm having a hard time. No, I'm joking. Lord God, I'll pay for that tomorrow. No. Denise is a nice lady. She really is. I pick at her all the time. Yeah, about that tall.
She probably has the patience of a saint since she explains things to you
Oh,
an awful lot.
yeah, she really does. She really does.
Yeah.
She's a super nice lady. Helps me out a lot. Social media is not my bag. I build motorcycles. I work on race cars. I drive race cars. But she's helping me understand social media, and she calls me a dumbass more than she calls me by a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
But think our thought, Brent Nelson's in there. Hello, Brent. And our thoughts and prayers and hopes and aspirations all go with. But she's a good lady.
Yeah.
She's a very, 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 very smart lady. All my angels are.
Well,
So that's all the moderators and all of Nightmares Angels.
we've been very, very fortunate. Well, you have been since you started this, and
Yeah.
I just joined you a few months ago. But you've been very fortunate to surround yourself by
Well,
really, really good people
Yeah.
who are amazing at what they do.
That leads us into the next question. Is everyone on the show as close as we seem to be? Hell friggin' yes. I will tell you that. You know that. I'm not going into details because that's not how we are. I can tell you, since the show has been on the air, every one of us, moderators, except for Joanne, because she just come on, every one of us has had a life-changing experience of some type. Every one of us. Good, bad, in between. And we've been there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
We reach out to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just our thoughts and prayers, it's what do you need?
Yeah.
What can I do to help you? Do you need me to come? And we all know, I know, if I told Faith McKinney or Tink, I need you to drop what you're doing and be here in 3 or 4 days, they would drop what they're doing and be here in 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer the question, yes, we are a family. You know I have brothers and sisters. But I can tell you, I am closer to Nightmares Angels and the moderators than I am my own family. And you know that.
Well, because they're family we chose,
Yeah.
not the ones we got stuck with.
Yeah, you're right, Tink. She says, we'll whoop some butt for the other person. Yes, we will. We've had good times together.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of laughs.
Yes.
Me losing my truck, y'all hear that reference all the time.
Yes.
We've seen some bad times. Some of us, as you know, last year I lost my brother. I don't talk about it on the show. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that. Okay. What I'm going to say by this is, me and the angels and the moderators have chosen not to bring our personal lives on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We have chosen to keep it off the show and to be there for each other, and that's what we do. And I love each one of my angels, and you know, you've heard me tell them, I love Faith, I love Denise, I love Tink, I love Mel. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't love guys, I like y'all, y'all my brothers, okay? But you heard me say it, and you know I mean it from my heart. But it's a different type of love. It's a love as in family, it's a love as in respect, it's a love as I feel honored to be associated with these ladies.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, it's a huge honor to be associated with them.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree. Yeah.
Yep, we laugh, we cry, we damn near pee our pants. That's the type of family we are. If we pee your pants, we don't make fun of you because of it. We may laugh at you peeing your pants and we peed ours, so we don't say nothing. Okay? So yeah, I'm gonna warn everybody. This is a polite one. We are that close.
Yeah.
Cross one of us, and you just crossed all of us.
Yeah.
Period and so. Okay?
I agree.
All right, here's a question for you.
Oh.
Does Nightmare really have to sleep on the couch? I know the answer to that one.
That's an interesting question. We have had our mattress, our current mattress, for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've
I
had
slept on it for 2. I
We've
didn't
had
that
the
long.
sleeper sofa for about a year. The mattress on the sleeper sofa has an impression of his body, and our mattress on the bed looks brand new. He spends more time sleeping on the, the sleeper
Yeah.
sofa than he does our bed.
I didn't get my name, but being nice to people, okay?
Yeah. But, you know, so yeah, he does spend a fair amount
of time on the couch.
sofa.
But oh well.
But I like
deserve
that. It's okay because when he's in bed, he sprawls all over the place, and I
Yeah.
get this much room. So
That's
when
a
he's
lie.
yes, so when he's on the sleeper sofa, I get the whole bed.
Yeah, and I'm lazy. I don't pull all the damn sleeper sofa out. I just sleep on the damn couch. Alright? That's how it works. Okay?
So yeah, he does spend a lot of time on
So
the.
even Ratman knows. I don't know how Ratman knows I sleep on the couch, but he knows I keep my ass in trouble, don't I, Ratman? Ratman knows. Oh, Eddie. Oh, I'm not the only guy. Eddie Butler says he does the same thing.
Well,
Lines up on the couch. Must be a guy thing, right,
it
guys?
is a guy thing.
Okay, here's the next question. And this is a hard one to answer.
What?
When's the next road trip? Right
Um,
now, we're working, Eddie, you'll understand this, with somebody that deals with ex-Pro Cup cars, ex-Hooter Pro Cup cars. Just started that this afternoon, about, what, an hour before the show started?
Yeah.
Working on something on that, Eddie, and all you other drivers. And don't forget, Mike Kurkowski will be calling in next week, next Wednesday. And he is a car owner, formerly with ASA and the Hooters Cup, which is, if you don't follow racing, trust me, it's not NASCAR, but it's not far from it. It's pretty serious, takes a lot of money to do that. And he campaigned cars with them for many years. Super nice guy, super nice guy. He's going to call in next week. Don't forget, if you're in the Virginia area, around Franklin, I believe, September the 6th, they're having an ex-Pro Cup, Hooters Pro Cup race up there. So go check that out, okay?
Mm-hmm. That sounds
Alright.
interesting.
Yeah. So, oh, I was asked about the next road trip. There's a possibility it may be to a speedway, okay? Possibility. Working on that. I won't know. Maybe next week when Mike calls in, maybe I'll have an answer. And take, it won't be a Wednesday night show. It'll be a Saturday afternoon, Sunday, in a half hour or a 45-minute show. Just something real quick.
For next week?
No, not for next week.
Oh.
No. It may, what do you get all excited about?
I was going to go pack your bags.
Oh, I know. See, that's how things work around here. She thought I was going to leave next week. She's ready to pack my damn bags. Okay?
Oh, well. So I'll have to wait a little bit longer.
Yep. But, so, when's our next road trip? Not quite sure. I do know, and I can't give all the info. I'm not trying to talk in code because I'm just telling you things I don't know. This one about me being a guest
I'm
speaker.
just telling you things I don't know.
Well,
This is the reason he spends a lot of time on the
couch,
sofa.
yeah. Well, I do know, and you heard part of it, I may be a guest speaker at a kind of a small conference in West Virginia. But it's going to be a closed conference by invite only. And they invited me. How can I move this that? Okay. So anyway, that's up in the air. And going to the racetrack, that's up in the air. One more question, I think we got time.
Okay.
Can Nightmares Ride be hired for a private party?
For a private party?
Well, yeah, I'm not quite sure where they was going with that question. I think I hope they meant more along the lines of, if they're having an event, let me think of something. A barbecue cook-off.
Okay.
Okay. Could we be hired to come to the barbecue cook-off and do a show from there?
Okay.
Answer is yeah. You know. If you want to highlight your race car and driver and team over a couple hours, can we be hired to go do that? Yes, we can. If it's you're having a party for your 6-year-old son, no, we have no business being there. Okay. Sorry, we don't do birthday parties.
Yeah, but we are
Okay.
kind of juvenile sometimes.
Yeah, we do get pretty juvenile. We do. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm about out of questions.
Okay.
I think I've marked through all of them.
Do we have time for one more real quick?
Yeah, we do. Let me see what time it is. Make sure. 9:53.
Oh, well, this might, okay. Quick answer. Best coil pack for an 06 Street Glide.
Oh, okay. All right, on that, on your coil packs, I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is from years of twisting wrenches, a stock Harley coil pack is strong enough. Even if you put a set of EB27 cams in it, it's going to give you all the fire you want. If you want to bounce up for some reason to 50,000 volts, I would highly recommend Accel, A-C-C-E-L, is who I would recommend. A-X, anyway, never mind. I'm not good at spelling. Accel, you know what I'm talking about. That's who I would recommend. But you know the big motors I've built, and I've always used stock coil packs. They've never broke down under fire. I've always gave plenty of fire to the plugs. If you want to upgrade anything, and I'm going to give you a hint, it's going to save you a little bit of money. Instead of upgrading coil packs, upgrade your plug wires and your spark plugs. Okay? Your coil packs put out enough fire. If you're running an EB27 cam, you just want to upgrade how the fire gets from the coil to the plug. Upgrade, go to a good name brand, a brand set of spark plug wires, and a good set of spark plugs. And you will get as much bang for the buck as buying a high dollar aftermarket coil pack.
You've always said that.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
always said
Well,
that.
even in Big Blue, I've done a ton, trust me, a ton of motor work in Big Blue, and it's run a stock coil pack.
Right.
I did change my plug wires, I did change my plugs. It gives that big hot rod motor everything it needs. It's never misfired, it's never broke down under fire, it's never let it load itself up or anything. So if you want to upgrade, go to Accel, but there's people out there who will tell you need to upgrade. I've seen those videos, I've seen them on YouTube. Oh, speaking of which, I need to do that real quick. But anyway, trust me, stock coil pack, go to a good set. I mean a really, really good set of plug wires, good set of spark plugs will be just as happy. Alright, you can find Nightmares Drive right here on social media. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us over on MeWe. You can find us on TikTok. And you can find us on Instagram. Okay? So there's all kind of ways. Everybody says, well, how did you get all these questions? Well, let's see. You can find Nightmares right here. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, MeWe, and YouTube. Okay? And that's thanks to Nightmares Angels for all that set up. Okay, so it's been a good night. I hope we answered everybody's questions. Been kind of a little bit of a slow night. We have those nights sometimes.
Oh, I thought the questions were amazing, and I thank everybody for texting them in and letting us know what they wanted to hear about, because some of those were really interesting.
They were some really, really good questions. We had some for the admins, but I thought they was a little personal. And so therefore I did not go there admin. So Faith, Tink, Denise, is a respect thing. Okay? Alright. But anyway, I keep looking down because that clock over there is wrong. We have clocks in the studio so we can tell what time. We have to be off here by 10 o'clock. 3 minutes to go, Miss Mary.
Okay. Well, with 3 minutes to go. Thank y'all very much for watching us this evening. We really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed this show and got a few laughs from us and what we're doing. Don't forget about our world famous map. If you're a brand new viewer, text us in and let us know your name, address, or
Thank you, Martin.
You confused me. Name, city, state, or country, and we'll give you a pin next week.
Yes.
And welcome to the new folks from last week, and hope y'all are watching again. Like, follow, share, set your notifications. Share this with all of your friends so they get to know what you're doing on Wednesday nights.
Yes, yes.
Okay? Thanks to the viewers, thanks to the admins and the moderators, and thank you.
Oh, you're
I
welcome.
love you. You did great.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Miriam.
Good night,
Same
everybody.
to you. Good night, Miss Miriam. I will be home in, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. One reason I wanted to do the show tonight like I did, I wanted to let the viewers know that you can get hold of us. You can send us questions, and we will try to get to them, and we will try to answer them, okay? Yeah, I do need a bigger map. Eddie, I'm trying to find a world map and go from there. We got an education on Canada tonight. That was very interesting, so I did learn something. Hope Martin can show up for the show. I know it's all the way in Milwaukee, but Martin, so you'll know, we're looking somewhere around the first or second weekend of October, give or take. It'll be on a Saturday. So there's that. Brent Nelson, good to see him in here. Eddie Butler, Ratman, in other words, Will Watson, and all you guys. It was great to see all of y'all in here. And you got any questions, let me or the moderators know, or the admins know. Nightmares Angels. Angels, I love y'all. Thank y'all for everything you've done tonight. Thank y'all for a great show. We hope that we answered your questions satisfactorily, and you got to learn something. And won't you come back for next week to listen to Mike Kurkowski, formerly of ASA, Hooters Pro Cup. He is now ex-Hooters Pro Cup and ex-other cars, stuff like that. And he'll be calling in, and we'll be talking about the racing Franklin, and that'll be a lot of fun, okay? If you have any tech questions, send them to us, or say, hey, can you answer this for me on the show? Just have to make sure you tune in so you can hear the answer, all right? But until next week, comes the end of the show, guys. I'm gonna let y'all a little secret. I really hate to shut the show down. Honestly, I really hate it. I enjoy doing this show. It's something I live for. I have a lot of fun doing it. I love looking down and seeing all the viewers that's come in and out all afternoon long. And I know when I shut it off, I won't get to see or talk to any of you guys on the feed until next week. But unfortunately, the clock on the wall says it's that time. So until next week, this is Nightmare. Nightmare, I'd say, see ya!